Alabama didn't make a blockbuster move this week. It made something more dangerous. On February 16th and 17, official announcements confirmed key offensive staff changes. Richard Owens stepping in as tight ends coach, Adrien Klemm reinforcing the offensive line profile, Derek Nix bringing structured run game experience. These are documented, verifiable moves. But stacked together, they form a pattern, and patterns matter in the SEC. For years, Alabama's dominance was built on trench leverage, time of possession, line control, physical tempo. Recently, that blueprint has defined Georgia's championship runs. That's not opinion, that's measurable on film and in results. So when Alabama reinforces its foundation in the exact area where the SEC's balance has tilted, it raises a larger possibility. Is this routine staffing or the beginning of a calculated shift in conference power? Because if the trenches change, everything changes. February 16th and 17 were not dramatic days in college football headlines. There were no viral commitments, no late-night portal surprises. Instead, Alabama officially confirmed Richard Owens as tight ends coach, reinforced the offensive staff with Adrien Klemm, widely recognized for his emphasis on physical offensive line development, and added Derek Nix, whose background includes run-structured offensive systems. These are documented moves, publicly announced, not rumor or speculation. Look closely and the pattern becomes clear. Tight end development tied to blocking versatility. Offensive line focus on leverage and control. Wide receiver coaching connected to run game structure. That alignment reflects intention. Under Nick Saban, Alabama's championship runs were anchored in trench dominance, time of possession, line push, disciplined tempo. That historical foundation is measurable on film and in results. So when Alabama quietly strengthens that exact structural area again, is that maintenance or is that strategic direction? Over the past few seasons, Georgia's national success has followed a visible formula. Physical fronts, disciplined run balance, and control at the line of scrimmage. That approach has translated directly into championship hardware. It is not a narrative, it is a documented trend across postseason performance. Meanwhile, Alabama remained competitive and nationally ranked, yet observers noted moments of inconsistency in trench play during key stretches of the previous season. Those assessments were echoed in post-game breakdowns and statistical analysis. Now place the pieces side by side. Georgia's dominance has centered on leverage. Alabama's recent hires emphasized trench identity. Programs operating at this level do not move casually. They study environments. They adapt to competitive shifts. If the SEC's modern standard has become line of scrimmage control, and Alabama reinforces that very area, is that coincidence or is that calculated response? Since Nick Saban's departure, Alabama has remained an elite brand. Recruiting classes remain nationally competitive. Television windows remain prime. The program's relevance has never disappeared, but perception evolves quietly. There was a time when Alabama's physical presence felt inevitable. Opponents expected the grind before kickoff. Recently, respect has remained, but inevitability has softened. In college football, dominance is not just scoreboard margin. It is psychological pressure. When Alabama historically controlled the trenches, games slowed on its terms. Drives extended, defenses wore down, narratives followed. That structural authority shaped the conference conversation for over a decade. So when Alabama strengthens trench identity again, it may not be chasing style points. It may be recalibrating influence. And in the SEC, influence often begins before the first snap. Is this about X's and O's or about restoring presence? Step back from individual hires for a moment. This off-season sequence may not be about play design. It may be about positioning. The SEC's balance of power has leaned toward programs that control tempo, through physical leverage. That trend is measurable in championship outcomes and postseason matchups. If Alabama fortifies its foundation at the line of scrimmage, the ripple extends beyond one season. It reshapes how games are paced. It shifts fourth-quarter stamina. It alters how opponents prepare. And when preparation changes, rivalries feel different. This is not conspiracy. It is structural logic based on documented competitive patterns. The conference evolved. Alabama appears to be adjusting to meet that evolution exactly where it matters most. And when programs of this scale adjust at the foundation level, history suggests impact follows. Could this be the quiet beginning of a shift that won't be fully visible until December? So here's the real question. Are these simply routine staff confirmations in a busy offseason? Or is Alabama intentionally reinforcing the one element that has defined SEC championships in recent years? Look at the hires. Look at the conference trend. Look at the historical blueprint. Do you see adaptation or escalation? Before closing, it's important to highlight some of the voices that continue shaping this conversation. Rod Ratliff raised a sharp observation about the Oklahoma Sooners helmet. Attention to visual details matters, and that level of engagement shows how closely this audience watches every frame. David Berger emphasized something central to this entire discussion: hunger. Programs evolve when the staff and players carry urgency, and that mindset has historically defined Alabama at its best. Robert Hines brought it straight to the core. Power and stamina in the trenches decide everything else. That isn't just opinion. SEC history backs it up. Those insights elevate the conversation beyond headlines and into substance. And to everyone whose name wasn't listed before this edition closed, your perspective matters just as much. This channel thrives because of engaged, thoughtful fans who understand that real analysis lives in the details. Keep bringing the insight. The conversation is only getting started. Share your perspective below, because sometimes the most significant shifts in college football don't start with headlines. They start where games are truly decided.